Yo guys, what's up? This is Pedro. You guys already know that. Well, I'm making this video because I went to a retreat this weekend, and if I learned anything from that retreat, it's don't act like somebody you're not to please other people and to hang out with, like to be popular. Um, well, start off, you know, I just want to say right now, I know I'm gonna lose a lot of friends making this video. If you like, feel free to delete me. If you think that I'm a bitch or anything like that, feel free to delete me. I don't really care, because that just shows that you're not really my friend. Well, anyways, to start off this video, um, I never had a dad growing up, so I never like had a father figure, to tell me don't do this, don't do that. Never had anybody to teach me how to be a man. I had to learn all that on my own, but you know, I guess it all started. The whole reason that I acted the way I did the things I did, was because in 7th grade I was that little nerdy kid that the popular kids like to make fun of. The popular kids like to fuck around with. That I used to have people bully me all the time, throw my books on the floor, call me names, say that I'm a bitch, that I don't do nothing, that they would hit me, I wouldn't hit them back. But they don't know the real reason I didn't hit them back was because I thought about my mom. Because my mom always told me, just do what you gotta do in school, just ignore everybody else. I don't want you getting in problems. That's one of the main reasons I never did anything back, and one of the main reasons I started gathering up so much hate in my heart, and I just didn't know how to take it out. And then 8th grade, I made a homie, and he wasn't one of the people that hung out with all the cholos. So then I started hanging out with them. So then they started teaching me. Since I had no father figure growing up, I was easily influenced. So they taught me how to defend myself. They told me if anybody hits you, you hit them back. If anybody calls you something, you go up to them and you hit them. You defend yourself. You don't let anybody tell you anything. Don't let the teachers tell you anything. That's one of the main reasons I started getting in trouble a lot, because the people I hung out with. Well, that's not me. You know, 8th grade was a bad year for me, and once I got in 9th grade, I could honestly say that's so far to my life right now. 9th grade was the lowest point that I got to. I was selling weed, smoking weed. I was selling ecstasy, doing ecstasy, snorting ecstasy. I did coke. You know, things that, like, if I was a normal person, I wouldn't do. But I did all those things, just drinking, getting drunk in the morning before school. I did all those things to try to make friends. And as you can see, I'm not a good-looking guy, and I was hoping that doing those things, being with the popular kids, since I'm not an attractive guy, I thought that was gonna help me get girls, be a cool kid around school like everybody else. But I mean, like, all it did was get me in trouble. I got put on a pre-expulsion contract. I was in the office like every day. I eventually got suspended. No, I eventually got kicked out, and then they kicked me out of my first year in 9th grade. I didn't end up going back. And then my mom kept on asking them, and then they ended up putting me in virtual, and then I ended up getting kicked out of that. But other than that, I didn't like. It's just not worth it. And I'm making this video to let people know, like, the actual person I am, because I'm not that kind of person. I hate to say it, but I'm a big-hearted guy. I don't like getting in fights unless I have to. I try to avoid them as much as possible, and I don't like drinking that much. I smoke weed, but that's about like the only thing I do. I don't like doing ecstasy or anything like that. I used to do all that thinking it would give me girls, thinking it would give me fame, thinking, you know, like when I'd walk down the hallways of school, like, oh, there goes Pedro, that was a badass, blah, blah, blah. But I was surrounded with friends, but they were all fake friends. Like, but I did, something good did happen in ninth grade. I met these people. I met this, well, I actually met her in 8th grade, but ninth grade was when we actually started getting close. I met this girl, her name was Anel, you know, and then I started getting closer to her, and then I met her sisters, I met her mom, and then she's not my girlfriend though, so you don't like think like that, but like I got closer, and then I started like, they were church people, you know, being how I was back then, I was like, what the fuck, you know, like church people, I'm not trying to hang out with people like that. I'm not trying to go to church or nothing like that. And then like they started like little by little like taking me into church, you know, like, and then I would just sit there like in the back, you know, like, fuck man, I don't want to be here. I hate this shit. But then I started getting into it, and then, I mean, you know, I can honestly say I'm way different than how I used to be, and this right here is like me proving it, you know. The people that I hang out with right now, they've seen me at my lowest points, they've seen me at my highest points. I mean, like when I was like, they've seen me cry. They know like the actual person I am. Like, cause this is the only like the few people I can trust that like I actually trust, like telling them like the actual person I am. And that's, I'll tag them in this video. But like I'm a big-hearted guy. I don't like getting in fights unless I have to. Um, you know, I don't like doing any of that stuff, and I just acted that way. But you know, if you don't like me, the person I actually am, you know how I'm gonna start acting, then you know you don't have to be my friend. I'm not gonna force you to be my friend, you know. And I'm not doing this video to like make everybody feel like, oh yeah, I feel bad for him, you know. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not doing it because of it like that. I want to tell you guys like the actual person I really am. So you know, if you guys don't like that, you know, you guys can delete me. If you guys don't want to be my friend, you guys don't have to. But and right now I want to apologize if I ever offended you, like when I was drunk or when I was anything like that. If I ever offended you, if I ever, you know, insulted you, if I ever wanted to fight you for a retarded ass reason, you know, I'm sorry about that, you know, if I ever hurt you. But I told you guys the reason I did it, whether you guys like see that as a reason or anything like that. You know, I'm not looking for you guys' approval. I'm just letting you guys know that I'm sorry, and from this day forward, you know, I'm gonna start acting like the real me. I'm not gonna be that fake person I used to be. You know, getting drunk, doing ecstasy, doing all that just to make, just for the thought of me thinking, oh, maybe a girl will like find that attractive. You know, maybe she'll think I'm cool and all that. You know, fuck it. If girls, I know I'm not the best looking guy, but I have a lot of other things to offer other than looks and stuff like that, you know. But you know, I hope you guys can, you know, like me for the person that I actually am, and you know, if you guys don't, then you know, that's you guys. I'm not gonna force you guys to like me because not everybody's gonna like me. But I just want to tell you, I just want to say I love you to Lupe, Katy, Anel, my tia Gloria. I hope she gets out of the hospital real soon. To my tío Mauricio, to Jose, to Nancy, to Itzel, Leslie, Luis, Eric, all them. They've actually seen me like at my lowest point. You know, they seen me when I was cried. They've comforted me. They've always been there for me. And I just want to say thank you guys. I love you guys. And you know, you guys know, if you guys ever need, if actually anybody, if you guys ever need anybody to talk to, anybody's shoulder to cry on, or anything like that, even if you're my homies, dog, I'm not gonna like, you know, put your business out there like that. You know, just hit me up, and I'll be there for you as much as I possibly can, and I'll try to comfort you as much as I possibly can, because I know that whenever I was how I was, it just made me even more mad, because when I was the person I was, people would just look at me like, oh, there goes Pedro walking down the street, like, look at him, he's good for nothing, you know. And they didn't know the real me. They didn't know why I did the reason. They didn't know the reasons I did what I did. And just made me even more pissed off because they never really got to know me like the actual person I was, to know why the reason I did what I was. They didn't actually care for like the person that I actually was. They didn't want to know the reasons. They just, oh, there's Pedro, that tagger that does drugs, that's a fucking, he does bad in school, just walk away from him, you know, don't be friends with him, don't talk to him, don't do nothing. And that really hurt me even more, like more than I already was hurt, you know. I just gained more hate in my heart. And then I you know, black people, I don't hate black people. It's just, you know, like some of my best homies are black, but the day they jumped me, you know, there was about 15 other people that were just sitting there watching me get jumped. And like, they were just sitting there watching me get jumped, and none of them decided to help me because they were all black. You know, they're all black and I'm Mexican, you know, just let them get jumped. Like, what? It's not that I hate them, but how can I have love, like, for a race that, like, you could just sit there and watch me get jumped? Like, even if it wasn't one of my homies and they're a Mexican jumping a black, I wouldn't let them jump a black, because that's straight bitch shit. You know, if you want to fight him, you can fight him a one-on-one. But, you know, whatever, man. Like, I'm closing up this video right now, and I just want to let you know that that's the real me, Pedro. I'm a kind-hearted guy. If you ever need anybody to talk to, I'm here. You know, don't like getting in fights. Don't like doing nothing like that. You know, if you think I'm a bitch, like, I'll still handle it if I still have to, but I'm not gonna go out looking for a fight. I'm not gonna go out looking for trouble. You know, I'm done like trying to act like a cool kid. I'm done trying to get other people's approval, like that I'm cool. You know, I don't need anybody like that. But yeah, you know, if you guys actually know the real person that I am, and if you guys have actually stayed with me, you know, for the actual person I am, and if you guys, I love you guys, and you guys know I'll always be here for you. Well, I'm about to close up this video, guys, so later.